This is Andi Purewal for Boxing News. I'm joined by the latest star to the Matchroom roster, Ben Whittaker. Ben, good to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. I'm supposed to be getting a sandwich, but I don't know where it is. But
Is this where Matchroom starts scrimping now?
Other than that, I'm okay.
Obviously, Ben, there's been a lot of talk about your future whilst there was uncertainty around Boxer and Shalom. They had their deal with BBC come to fruition, and in the end, you've opted to sign with Matchroom with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah.
What made you feel like this was the right step in your career?
Yeah, just touching on that Boxer and stuff. They did a lot for me, so I thank them for the time I was with them. But all good things come to an end, I suppose. I'm in a new part of my career. What Matchroom came with was activity. You saw what they've done with other fighters. They've got them to world titles. They know how to root fighters. And for me, this part of my career is about that now, so that's why we made the move.
It seems as though it always was going to happen at some point. Yourself and Eddie Hearn were going to work together. Is that the case? You always felt like at some point you were going to cross paths?
Yeah, I think we always knew it would happen eventually. I've always wanted to go there, but what Ben Shalom did at the time was good as well. It was like Sky was there. It was a new thing. I thought, let me just take that gamble. I did that. I've tried something new, but I'm going with something that's been tried and tested now.
That promo vid, it takes something to get Eddie to do that. That seems to be your idea as well. That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, it was my idea. So like my manager messaged in the group chat and said, they want to see if you've got any ideas for the announcement. I said, yeah, what about this? Put it in there. I didn't think much of it. I thought, though, especially when it said I love black people, I thought they ain't going to do that. 5 minutes after, they want to do it. So I started panicking and I thought, man, I forgot how much Cuba Gooding says. So I thought, I don't really want to do it now, but went down there, did it. After they edited it, it was sick. It came out real good.
Obviously, you mentioned one of the key things when you teamed up with Matchroom with Eddie was activity. They've said themselves want to get you 4 fights over. One obviously this year and 3 next year. On the back of that Liam Cameron victory in your rematch, how important is that for you to build some momentum now?
Yeah, that's the annoying part right now. Since April, I've not fought. I've always been in the gym. I've got my own private gym, so I've been working. I'm in decent shape, but there's nothing better than fighting, especially in this part of your career where you can get these learning fights and keep getting out there, up and down the country, or with the zone now globally. But that was the only annoying thing. And with the BBC, we don't know how many shows they could get, where these are just putting shows on every week. So that's what I needed. I can get active and you can pay the bills.
Gavazi might be a bit of an unknown quantity to most, Ben, so why him? Why did you choose to fight him?
It's the name that they came with. I think, whereas he 19-1 or something like that. He's only lost 1 fight. He's going to come to try and win. In the rankings, he was okay. And it's the name they came with. So somebody over there showed me a lot of the guys domestically, their 10th fight or 11th fight. And the names they was fighting was nowhere near him, so it says a lot, really.
I'm going to ask Ben, obviously I saw Frank Warren's interview with The Ring where he said that George came to speak with you. That kind of was the end of that. You had one discussion, but there was maybe a bit more reluctance on your behalf to face some of the light heavyweights. But obviously a lot of the light heavyweight scene is currently with Queensbury domestically. What is the plan for you moving forwards in terms of the names, and is that the case that you didn't really want to mix it with those guys?
It's all good and well saying that when they lost me, but when we was down there, they were saying worse names than Benjamin Gavazi. Do you know what I mean? So you can take a little pinch of salt of that, but for me, it's another compliment. Obviously, we're both on the zone, so they shouldn't feel too bad about it. But at the end of the day, like I said, I've had 10 fights. A lot of people that are calling me out now and things have had 20 fights, 30 fights. That's another compliment to me. But for me, I got to focus on myself. You can't focus on anybody else. Make sure I perform, I win, and when you do that, you get up the ladder.
Away from all of that, Andy Lee, how much of an influence has he been on you so far, Ben? And what in particular do you feel like he's been able to bring out of you?
One thing I just like what Andy Lee does is you want to listen to him. He talks quite quiet and soft, stuff like that, but what he says is what you need to hear. If my dad told me to jump in that ice water, that to jump over there, I wouldn't have done it. My brother said I ain't doing it. If my old coach probably said it, I wouldn't have done it. But with him, I didn't even question it. I jumped in. And that's what you need as a coach. You need to listen. You want to please your coach. And that's what the position I'm in now. I like pleasing him. I like every time I come back to the spar, how did you think that was? It was good. That's what I like to hear. So that's it.
Obviously, across the UK and Ireland, Andy's considered to have probably the best stable out of anyone. Obviously, yourself, Paddy Donovan, unfortunate in the Crocker rematch. Hamza Shiraz with a brilliant victory against Edgar Berlanga recently. And then you've got Joe Parker fighting Parker-Wardley next week. So how much are you thriving off being in and amongst such a talented stable?
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Like, not being Big Eddie, but my other gym, I was probably the main person there. So you got no one to really look around and take things off, where you go in the gym, your coach will tell you to rest. You're like, I ain't listening to that. But he'll tell Joe Parker or he'll tell Hamza rest. They go and rest. So I'm like, if they're doing it and listening and performing the way they are, I've got to follow suit. So when you've got people around you on the same plan, if not, they're higher than me. Do you know what I mean? So for me, looking up to them and working with them, it's going to open up doors for me.
Just last one from me. Obviously, next week, Joe, your campmate, what do you make of his fight with Parker-Wardley?
Tough fight. Fabio can bang, but I just feel like Parker's in a decent part of his career now. He's sharp, he's got momentum, he's winning, he's confident. And a happy fighter's a dangerous fighter. Obviously, I'm rooting for my teammate, but it's a tough fight.
Ben, it's a pleasure as always. I'll catch you next week.
Thank you.